Hey, it's Kyle. I'm carrying around this camera for a couple of days, and every time I get frustrated, I'm gonna turn this camera on and let you know what's going on inside my head. I want you to know, and maybe we can find some common ground about what is most frustrating about being a man. Since when was it required for men to become appliance repairmen? What in the world is a heating element in a dryer? And why do I have to fix it? Why should I already have been born with the knowledge of fixing my dryer? You know what I think is one of the most frustrating things about being a man? Seriously? Shaving every day. Who came up with that? Seriously. Who came up with that? Every day? Why do we have to do it every day? What would happen if we didn't? I've got an idea. I propose that from this day forward, we grow the ReFuel beard. Seriously. The whole thing. No 5 o'clock shadows, complete coverage. And look, it's okay. If you're only half committed, we'll settle for the ReFuel mustache. Right here. Being required by your neighborhood to treat your yard as another child. Watering it, feeding it, cleaning up the dog poop. Seriously, just let it grow. Let the weeds grow, man. Give it up. Give it up. It's okay. I'm not really a car guy. But I'll tell you what's a little frustrating for me is having to fake it. Now, you ever done that? You ever faked it? Yeah, I know what though. I know what's under the hood of that car, and it's one of those 350. No, yeah. You ever done that? I've done that. I do that because I have no idea how cars operate. All right, some frustrations for you dads. What is frustrating about being an American father? All right, well, there's a few things in fatherhood that people conveniently never tell you. And one of those is this really strange and odd requirement. And look, I love my daughters. I love my little girls. But no one told me that I was gonna have to catch vomit in my hands. Oh yeah, I said it. And oh yeah, I did it. I caught it because I didn't want it to get on the carpet of my minivan. All right, I want to be real for a moment. You know what's really frustrating, I think, for me, and I think one of the most frustrating things about being a man is this requirement, I guess, in the Word of God to become what we've called spiritual leaders. Spiritual leaders. Because quite frankly, I don't feel much like a spiritual leader most of the time. You know, I'm well aware of my own weaknesses. I'm fully aware of those, and I'm fully aware of the guilt that comes with that. And I'm fully aware of the fear of what people would think of me if they knew the things with which I struggled. And it's frustrating to know that I'm supposed to have some sort of mantle of leadership when I don't feel much like a leader. And for those of us that are married with families, and even if you're not, if you're in a place, in a career environment where you are leading or you have lots of relationships, you sort of get the idea. We all share this in common. And with this sort of obligation comes the purpose of leading people to a relationship with Jesus. And that's a little hard when you know that your relationship with Jesus just isn't what it should be. How do you fix that? How do you remedy that? And I'm well aware of what any minister or preacher would tell me. You know, read the Word of God more. Spend more time in prayer, and those things are very honorable. But what if I don't have time? Because it's hard being a man. It's hard being a man in an environment where jobs are hard to find. It's hard being a man when you're supposed to be tough and you just want to cry. It's hard being a man when you're frustrated with the way you look and with your appearance, but it's really hard to shed that extra 20 pounds. And then for someone to tell me that I've got to read and pray more, that's a little overwhelming sometimes. Maybe you understand that. That's frustrating. It's frustrating.